right now. Ghosts.
All right, am I good?
No, but
Yes, you're good.
what's your yo?
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of the Save Point podcast. Got with me a group of elite warriors today, so I want to go ahead and introduce them for you. Zobi, what's going on, man?
Hey, Banjo, thank you for having me on the show. You're going to get in trouble, though, with me on the show.
Expected.
They're going, oh my God, what are you doing with that guy? But yeah, I appreciate you for letting me come on the show. You're my main doo-doo stain on YouTube, and I'm ready to get this thing popping. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, what's going on, anime fan?
Hi.
Nico.
What's good, y'all?
I got Ghost.
Your boy over here drawing Ghost, doing his thing.
And Guy Gamer.
What's up? Your friendly neighborhood Caucasian.
Yeah. So I want to go around the table real quick so everybody can get like an idea of where you stand in gaming. So like just tell us how you got into gaming, some of your favorite consoles, your favorite game, your genres, and stuff like that. So if anybody wants to go first.
Ghost. We'll get you out of the way.
Some of my favorite consoles. I don't have a particularly favorite console I can think of right now, but my favorite console of this generation right now, I'd say, is the Switch.
He asked what got you into gaming, sir.
But what got me into gaming? Mainly just platformers, Mario games, stuff like that.
Nickelodeon games, yeah. All right, how about you, Zobi?
Ninja Turtles is what got me into video games. Going all the way back to the Ninja Turtles game on the Nintendo. I hated that game. But not until Turtles in Time came out on the Super Nintendo where I started to fall in love. But then I really fell in love when the PlayStation 1 came out.
Yeah.
And you said what was the best console of all time, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the PlayStation 1 is my favorite of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any favorite games, any genres?
My favorite game is Xenogears. My favorite genre is RPGs, turn-based RPGs.
Okay. Anime fan. You know, I'm kind of curious, anime fan. I never really hear you talk about games like that, so I'm kind of curious how you started off.
I started off with Pokemon Crystal, and then my first console was GameCube, and I was a big GameCube guy.
Okay. Any favorite games, genres, or anything like that?
Fighting games and anime games, of course.
Like fighting games is your favorite genre?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, Hero, you just came in. What's good, man?
Yeah, what's going on?
So, how did you get into gaming? Some of your favorite games and genres and stuff like that. Let the people know who you are.
All right, what's going on, everybody? I got into gaming, like my first gaming consoles were GameCube, Game Boy, and then the DS. I remember my first, like, the first games that got me into gaming on the GameCube, it was TMNT Battle Nexus.
Ninja Turtles, man.
Yeah, and yeah, and then Sonic Adventure DX, I remember that. I remember Capcom vs. SNK 2 on there too, and a couple of other games. But those are like the main ones.
Okay.
And Budokai 1 too.
Yeah, and I'm guessing your favorite genre is fighting games too.
Yeah, fighting games, RPGs, platformers.
Okay. What about you, Guy Gamer?
Yeah, so I'm the old man of the group. So just randomly on a Christmas, my dad got us a NES. We had the whole package. It was like RC Pro-Am, Mario, Zelda, all that stuff. But then I got hooked when I played Final Fantasy 1. I don't know if you guys ever played that. Any of you?
No, I can't go that far back.
Yeah. So like there's a scene though in that game when you cross this bridge after the first town, and it's like this cut scene and there's a scrolling text and it plays the Final Fantasy theme. And then like from there on it just kind of clicked and I know I was hooked.
Okay. What about you, Nico? I've never really heard about your origin story either. Something about Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, the Game Boy Advance, but I started with the Sega Genesis. I remember like some guy was cool with my mom, and he gave me a Sega Genesis with an X-Men game. So they got me into gaming. And then the second thing I remember was like the Game Boy Color with Pokemon Blue. So yeah. And my favorite game of all time is probably like adventure games or like Pokemon, whatever that's considered. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay. Well, if you don't know, I started out on the Sega Genesis. I first played it at my babysitter's house when I was a little kid. I was always player 2, and I was forced to play as Tails and Sonic 2. So that's where I really started off. Then I moved to the Nintendo 64 on Christmas. I got the Donkey Kong Jungle Green one, and ever since then, I've just been hooked to gaming.
Your babysitter was female?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Aren't they usually female?
Now I get.
He's a furry.
Yes, now I get it. Okay, all right.
So wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Furry origin story.
Usually your first crush is probably the girl from elementary school or things like that, or kindergarten. But your first crush kind of is your babysitter.
I thought you were gonna say my first crush was Sonic the Hedgehog or something crazy.
No, it was Tails.
No, I was always curious why the attraction for Sonic the Hedgehog with more of the generation, your age generation.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of have a good excuse now. Everybody else is just weird.
Yeah, I wasn't really allowed to play the game. I was more so watching it, because if you know anything about that game, if you're Tails, your Sonic can just run straight through the course and you're just flying back to the screen. But yeah, that's pretty much where I started. I kind of have a reputation of being a PlayStation hater for not liking modern day Sony IP, like the realistic looking stuff. But
yeah.
I'm a huge fan of classic PlayStation, and my favorite console of all time is PlayStation 1, tied with a Nintendo GameCube. So there's that.
Hold on.
Wait, any questions?
Well, no, I mean you dropped an all time within 5 minutes, so that's pretty good.
Okay, so I want to get into some topics. We had
You said your favorite genre already?
My favorite genre. It'd be rhythm games, platformers, RPGs, and a little bit of the old school fighters. I'm not so much on the newer stuff nowadays, except for Smash. So that's pretty much where I stand. So I want to get on some topics. We had the Sega FES conference just last week, and we got some pretty good announcements. Probably the biggest announcements to come out of this show was HD. It's something people have been asking for a long time. And it's finally here. It's coming to the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the PC. Anybody looking forward to this game? Anybody played Shenmue before?
Not once.
Nope, never.
Never.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one that's probably played both, right?
Yeah, I only played Shenmue 1.
Anybody interested in copping this game?
Oh, day one.
Nah, I might pass.
Nah.
Not really.
So I've actually kickstarted 3 with like $120 version that I probably shouldn't have, and then I'll be getting.
Then they cancel it
for sure. No, they.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to pick it up. Was it $29.99? They said.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
Yeah, I'll definitely pick it up. Just to get, because I forgot everything about. One thing I remembered was the sailors part. But I would pick it up just if it's aged as bad as I think it is, because it was one of my favorite games growing up.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I'm not really interested in this game. I'm more interested in seeing how the modern day generation reacts to a game like Shenmue, because Shenmue is not a game that's going to tell you where to go. I remember I was talking to Riku-san. He was telling me, well, I like time management in Persona 5. What's the difference here? Like, it's not this. Yeah, it's not the same thing at all. I mean, it's way more brutal. There's not going to be some arrow on the screen telling you where to go. You just have to talk to every single person in the game. So, kind of interested to see how the new generation reacts to a game like this.
Yeah.
So nobody here is picking it up.
No, I would.
He said no.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking it up. And just for everybody that doesn't know, Shenmue 2 is way better than Shenmue 1. So nobody talks about that because it was on Xbox and it's not cool to talk about. But it's a lot better than the original.
Yeah, I never got a chance to get around to that one. Okay, another thing we got out of this conference was the Sega Mini. If you don't know what this is, it's basically just a smaller version of the Sega Genesis. I think it's only announced for Japan right now. And the company that's making this game is a company called AT Games or AT Games. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. That's pretty much what's going on with that. I don't know if we have the full games that are in this thing.
You
You
bought
interested in
it,
picking this up?
No, okay.
Hold on,
Yeah.
Nico. Now let him go, Nico.
I am.
Okay.
Now go ahead.
Was that good?
You bought
So
it a little
anybody
bit.
interested in? Okay,
Yeah.
anybody interested in picking up the Sega Mini?
Yeah,
I might.
I'm definitely gonna pick it up. But for anybody that didn't really hear that too well, it's the At Games Sega Mini, and At Games actually made a Sega console previously, and it's okay. It's not great, but the difference is it actually plays carts, and this one's not going to play carts. So, I'm not like really looking forward to it, but I'll probably cop it.
I was just gonna ask, like, hasn't At Games done stuff like that before? But you confirmed that, and I was just wondering, like, if it's gonna be like a different quality than those, like if it was gonna play cartridges and whatnot. But
you posted the link and you said, "Yeah, no buy, Guy Gamer." Why'd you say that?
Well, because it's At Games and it's not playing cartridges, and I'll probably get it just to support the retro, sort of movement, but I'll do it begrudgingly.
Yeah,
it depends. It depends on the games for me.
Yeah. What games on it? Depending on, I might get. I don't know.
Because you can just go and buy the Sega collection to play. I don't even like those games. I just like playing Sonic the Hedgehog the most.
Yeah, Sega Ages is what I'm hyped for. The Sega Ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Games doesn't have the most perfect track record out there. It's actually pretty bad. Their last product, they had like weird problems. They had like wrong, like that, like graphics would glitch out. So I definitely need to see reviews on this before I decide to. Okay, so next thing, my favorite thing that came out of this conference, Ages. If you don't know what Sega Ages is, it's okay. So we recently had the announcement for the Sega Genesis collection for the PlayStation 1 and the PC, but no Switch version. I was a little angry at that because there's no reason a game like this can't come to the Switch. But I decided to give Sega the benefit of the doubt, and they came up with Sega. I don't know what this is. It's basically virtual console for Sega games. We've already got a list of games, 5 games currently right now. There's 4. There's Sonic the Hedgehog, Alex Kidd, and I can't think of right now. But one of the main things that's really cool about this, like line with missing the Sega Genesis collection, is that Sega came out here and said that they're considering bringing Sega Saturn and games into that program as well. So then anybody interested in like the Sega 80 looking to see some games from the silver?
Yeah. So Blandrew, you're botting a little bit like an At Games emulation.
You're all sparked.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But
we're gonna have to keep you in like 30-second spurts just in case.
You gotta get a wired connection, man.
Sega Dreamcast, I'm hyped for it. I guess whatever games on there.
Yeah, I'm definitely hyped for some Sega Dreamcast games on the Switch.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop a little bit of old man knowledge on y'all. Do you guys know who Working Designs is?
No.
But isn't that an RPG company, I think?
Yeah. So back in the day, nobody would bring JRPGs over, and Working Designs specifically would basically port all the JRPGs over to like the Sega Saturn and PlayStation and all that. And they actually brought a lot of good stuff over to the Saturn. So like just a lot of obscure games on like the Sega Saturn and I guess a few on the Dreamcast because of Working Design. So if they bring over a bunch of those Saturn games, I'm definitely copping it.
Didn't they? Is that the same?
I'm sorry, you have to repeat that again.
Is that the Lunar team?
I think they did do. Yeah, they brought over those Lunar collections that had like the maps and all that, the Silk stuff. Like they were sort of Atlas before Atlas, and then Atlas sort of had that role for a little bit, and now Atlas is like, I don't know, they're making pinball games and stuff like that I'm not really into. So
Pinball cool.
Okay.
He's right. Pinball games are dope.
Yeah, Dreamcast.
So,
games.
any games in particular you guys are looking for?
Powers.
Yeah.
What you got?
Any game in particular?
What you got, Hero?
I was waiting on like King of Fighters '98 because that was one of my first video games ever. The Marvelous Capcom 2, all those kinds of games. Definitely looking forward to those.
Capcom, I think. I think it'll be more Capcom.
Yeah.
So this they said that they could include any Saturn game in this collection, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just Sega first party.
Because Shining Force 3 never made it over to the States, and it's actually supposedly a pretty good game. I might end up hitting a ROM on it, but yeah, I never played it, and I wanted to.
Yeah.
So I'd be hyped for that.
Yeah. I'm hoping something for him.
Sega. Go Sega.
Yeah.
I can't even think of any exclusive Sega Dreamcast games except for about Shenmue and Sonic Adventures. What else they had?
Is Jet Set Radio Sega?
Okay.
The original Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, that's Sega. They have. Yeah.
I mean, they had a bunch, but they ended up just porting them over once the Dreamcast died. So you know that what's that pirate game called? The pirate RPG.
Are you talking about Skies of Arcadia?
Oh, Skies of Arcadia, yeah.
Yeah, Skies of Arcadia was good.
Oh my God, if that comes, I swear. It's gonna be huge.
Oh, it'll probably come because that came to the GameCube. I'm sure they'll bring it to the Switch.
Please.
Okay. Well, next topic. This is something I know you guys have been just waiting to destroy all weekend. So,
What?
God of War, of course.
yeah.
No.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Kill him.
Wait, God of War. Okay, Nico, you have God of War. How's the game? Are you liking it?
Yeah. I'm liking it, man. It's when it first came on, I thought it was a cutscene. And all you seen was press R1. I was like, dang. It was crazy, man.
To which I replied, it sounds like God of War combat.
Nah, but I was like impressed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was impressed though. But yeah, so far, I know what they mean by like the cinematic movie thing, because they be talking and explaining stuff while you walking and playing the game.
Yeah.
So I guess this kind of entertaining a little bit. But they do have gameplay though, because when you swing in the axe and stuff like that, you can upgrade the axe and like find these stones to power up your axe and get more power up. So it's gameplay to me. You know, it's people saying this is like a walking simulator. I mean, you can play the game and fight enemies. So
Yeah,
it's good so far.
So in relation to the original God of War series, which I know you only played the demo, how's the combat compared to that?
Well, yeah. From what I remember, the combat was more like he can like jump and swing and flip and shit. I think because he had like whips and shit back then when I played it. So the combat was more back then though. I can say that though. Yeah. But I haven't got far enough into the game, so he could do that again because people said there's more weapons you can earn and stuff. So
when you said there was more back then, do you mean it's more simplified now? Like they're simplifying the combat for casuals, or what's going on?
Maybe because it is only 2 buttons. I don't know how it was back then.
What?
God of War has been like the most simple button masher of all time.
I understand that, but I'm asking, are they simplifying it even more? Because you know what they said about just like with how they're doing the fighting games now, like when Dragon Ball FighterZ came out, and now we're gonna have Blaze Blue Cross Tag. People are saying that's even more simplified from Dragon Ball FighterZ. So you can always get more simplified, Blanchard.
It's R1, R2. R1 is light swinging the axe, and R2 is heavy swinging the axe.
Oh man, they
my
put
God.
the shoulder buttons like a shooter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what I was. That's what
But
I
he's
was.
swinging it though. He's swinging.
No, so look, to me that looks like almost like a melee Gears of War, like the way when I watch the gameplay, and then half time you're throwing the damn axe, so it's almost like Gears of War third person.
Wow.
I mean, maybe I'm watching bad gameplay. I don't know.
Apparently, isn't there classic controls or something that you can choose from, Nico?
I haven't messed with the controls yet, so I left it.
Okay, it seems like he'll be swinging the axe like a Far Cry character, from what you're telling me.
No, it's cool because you can charge it up and do like the little, they call it like a Spartan something, and you slice them in half.
Spartan Rage, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, something like that. You can slice them in half and shit. If you hold R2 for the heavy attack.
Okay, so see now, here's my thing. This is specifically for you, Guy Gamer and Ghost. Walking. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clear.
Okay. Walking. Talking. Cinematics. Courageous voice acting.
Last of Us.
Yeah. Okay. You get where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
I've gotten on The Last of Us in the past, and you guys have said that Ghost, you said The Last of Us you would give it a 7 out of 10. And Guy Gamer, you also like The Last of Us. So when I look at God of War, I just see the last of Kratos. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like you guys should at least be interested in a game like God of War if you guys like The Last of Us.
Like,
Yeah.
No.
the thing, I wouldn't buy it at $60, and I really don't have any interest in it. Mainly because I'm not that big of a fan of the God of War series, but also because I only played through The Last of Us once. After I beat it, I haven't touched it since 2015. So I really have no interest in playing another game like that again.
So it's just a one and done?
Yeah. If the sequel ever comes out within the next millennia, I might pick it up.
It's coming on PS5.
Yeah, The Last of Us. I don't know if I'm gonna pick up the PS5, but we'll get to that, I think.
Yeah. So for me, I would probably give The Last of Us like an 8.5. I liked it a lot better than I think most people did. But I mean, there was various reasons for that. I accepted it for what it was, right? And I liked how the ending was just sort of like Joel earned, like he sort of owned being a dirtbag, and he didn't mind that, right? Because I always hated that about Nathan Drake. He was like this squeaky clean guy that just murders, thousands of mercenaries and then smiles and gets beers with his buddies afterwards. Like it didn't make sense. So I appreciated at least that much, the honesty or whatever. As far as like God of War goes, though, the series itself, like I've always hated Kratos. I always thought it was like David Jaffe, like overcompensating for maybe something missing downstairs. And I mean, for real, like it's just way overcompensating. Like playing that game, he's just screaming constantly and just ripping things apart. And it was just too much, and I didn't like it. So I was never a fan of like the combat. I like 2 was kind of okay. 3 I stopped playing after I think the first 2 levels or something. And I've never liked the character. I was always a huge Ninja Gaiden fan, and like that couldn't touch Ninja Gaiden. So I was
Facts.
Yes, I mean, like, so this got to work. They took away more gameplay and then made more story, injected more story in a character I care nothing about. I don't want to play it. I just don't care.
It's still gameplay though. But yeah.
Well, the other thing is, and Zobi talked about this on his stream when he was knocking it. We've heard the reviews and we've heard all those like made up words, and it's basically a review Sony handed IGN and said, "Here, read all these stupendous, excellent, sort of bullet points." So you kind of just know it's bullshit. I'm not buying it.
So what's your problem with it, Zobi? You've been coming after this game since day one. So like, what's going on?
I just don't want this to be the standards of video games. And it feels like Greg Miller and IGN are really trying to push this type of cinematic experience as video games for the future.
Yeah.
I'm old school, nostalgia, whatever. I just when I play a video game, I want to play a video game. I think a lot of these games are losing focus on what video games are supposed to be. And the same thing goes for movies. Video games would prefer to be movies, and movies would prefer to be video games. Look at the crappy movie that all the nerds went out to go watch a couple weeks ago.
Ready Player One?
Ready Player One. You know what I'm saying? A 2 to 3 hour video game. And then I gotta come home and play God of War, and that's a movie for $60. But I just, when I look at it, I just see the most casualist, most simplistic, most just it's just an embarrassment to everything. To me, what video games is supposed to be. I was watching gameplay today, and like Guy Gamer said, I was like, this feels like Gears of War. It feels like Gears of War. Even the cutscenes were annoying the hell out of me. There was, these are the greatest cutscenes of all time.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah,
one shot camera, like they were really hyping up a camera in the reviews.
Yes, and it was terrible. Did you watch the clip that they posted? Was that you that posted that? And it was
the IGN review.
It was the top 10 kills or top 10 brutal kills. And
that was me.
I didn't watch it.
The one-shot camera annoyed the hell out of me on this one fight where he was fighting a scrawny guy with tattoos on. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I fought him.
That was the most annoying thing I've ever seen. Were you able to control that fight, Nico, or was it all cutscene?
Oh, you can control sometimes. Press like circle or something. No, but then
God. It was about 500 punches thrown, and then you mean to tell me that sometimes you press circle?
Yeah, it
No,
said press R1.
yeah, no, but then he'll bag off, and then you gotta block him when he charge at you, and
I
then
swear,
swing the axe.
I guarantee. What do you call it, Santa Monica?
Yeah, yeah. So,
I guarantee Santa Monica thought that shit was lit. Excuse my language. I know this is a Nintendo channel.
No, you're perfectly fine. Just don't like.
I guaranteed you Santa Monica thought that was lit. Like, yo, I guarantee they were sitting in studios, you know, pleasuring themselves talking about, man, this is the best thing ever. And I thought it was, I'm being serious. As a movie, as a video game, I thought it was too long. I thought the one camera shot was terrible. And I didn't understand, you know, why this fight was so long.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I said the same thing. I was like, okay, it's kind of long now. I was like, damn, let me just fight him.
Longest fight in a one-shot camera angle I've ever seen in my life. The only reason the one-shot camera angle was cool was when I watched a movie, and that movie was called Creed.
Okay.
Creed is where they would do the boxing matches, and it was all done in one shot and one camera angle. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't stretch these fights out for that fight went on for how many minutes, Nico? At least a half an hour. I was like,
yeah.
10, 15, I don't know.
It was long. And I said, no. It's all wrong. And I don't know what IGN, Greg Miller, Colin, I don't know what they were thinking by saying this is the pinnacle of gaming.
Yeah, one guy from Greg Miller's group said the combat system reminded him of Final Fantasy 13. I was like, Final Fantasy 13? That's like one of the worst games you could name to turn me off from a game.
Most
He
people
also said Chrono Trigger.
Not only that, but all you did was change classes in 13. Like, how does that even remotely, represent Final Fantasy 13?
Yeah. He also said Chrono Trigger. Why did he say Chrono Trigger? I don't know. You know what else? I'm sorry. One more thing, I'll let you guys go. You know what else really annoyed me or grinded my gears was the kid. Now, I'm not going to be cynical and say, I wish he would just a rock would fall on him and die. No. Because I know a lot of the nerds, Sony fans, going to be saying, man, I really love what's this mythology they're trying to use?
Norse, Greek or Norse.
I guarantee you, nerds, Sony fanboys only, are going to come out of the woodworks and say, "Oh, I love Norse mythology." You know, they don't even know none of the gods, don't know none of the storylines, none of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee they're going to come out and say that. But when I look at this kid, he does not remind me of a kid from that timeline. He reminds me of a modern day, what a modern day millennial wishes he was as a kid. You know, back talking, one-liners. I just remind me of a kid from that time period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's my thing. You guys, please go ahead, trash that.
I was just gonna say the wave of cosplayers is coming because now that this has hit like the IGN mainstream, there was like one person that cosplayed Kratos before. They're gonna be coming out of the woodwork now. Just wait.
Yeah, you're gonna see some type of loser guy, respectfully, and his little girlfriend dressed up, and it's gonna be so annoying, man.
Banjo.
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry. Go ahead, Hero. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was watching the video. The guy was like top 10 most badass or incredible fights or something, right? And so he was just fighting the scrawny guy, and I'm like, okay, this should be going on for like what, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
The fight goes on for about 20 to 30 minutes, and the guy literally picks up a tree trunk. He's tackling the guy. he's punching the guy in the face. I thought he was gonna cave the guy's face in. And through the midst of all this, I'm not seeing not one button interaction.
No.
Yeah, and it was just incredible to me that people are accepting something like this.
It was crazy. I said, "What? This is all wrong. All wrong."
Wait, what were you gonna say, Ghost?
What I was gonna say was there was an article I saw you retweet earlier about.
Oh my god! Okay, yeah.
That really pissed me off. How the article from BBC News Network or whatever, and how they were saying how games we should get used to this being the norm. Like cinematic games, and it's just like, oh my god.
No, they were saying we haven't had like a mature story or something like this in a video game, something along those lines. I don't remember exactly what they said.
They say that every year though.
No,
It's
they
like deep storytelling or something in video games.
Yeah, they just apparently don't play the right video games, and I guess since it's not Sony first party, right? I mean, it's crazy.
Look, here's my thing. I told people this game was going to be critically acclaimed. People were coming to my timeline talking about hold this L, man. I was like, I told you it was going to get like a 95 on Metacritic. My problem is I need people to stop frauding out here, turning their backs on the original God of War series, acting like they were never good. That's what I'm mainly angry about with this game.
Yeah.
And I went back to like read reviews. GameSpot's talking about it's exhilarating. Adam Sessler on what was it, XPlay, he's saying that they didn't need to change the combat system from God of War 3 to God of War 1 and 2 because they just perfected it. They didn't need to tamper with it. I'm like, where are you guys getting this whole God of War needed to change, the combat system was bad? You're only accepting it because Sony gave it to you. I remember before this game even came out, if you asked the average Sony fan what they wanted to see from God of War 4, do you know what they would say?
Yeah.
Probably more the same.
No. I know what they want.
No.
I can't answer.
No, you can answer.
Well,
They wanted to go to Egypt.
Exactly. God of War in Egypt, ripping the head off Anubis and doing all this other crazy stuff in Egypt. But then yet, like, these were never complaints when people were hyping what they want to see for the next God of War. Now just everybody's acting like they never liked the game in the first place. That's just what really bothers me.
Yeah, that is another pet peeve of mine. I was watching, I'm sorry to keep shouting these guys out. I really despise these guys. But I was just me, not anybody else here. It's just me. But Greg Miller and his crew was literally trying to low-key make it seem like the old style was old, played out, crusty, dusty way of doing things. And I was just like, yo, like, are they really going to sit here? They were really trying to bash that genre of gameplay, from the Devil May Cries, the Bayonettas, the God of Wars. Like that
They
was
were even getting on Batman.
Batman. That was old, crusty, and played out.
That's
Cool.
insane.
Yeah.
The Arkham series?
Yeah, they were talking about Batman Arkham was too video gamey.
Which makes
No,
no
they
sense.
tripping. Nah.
Because
I like
remember when Arkham City was like the most critically acclaimed game of that year, I think?
The generation.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Even Bayonetta 2 did like crazy reviews.
Mhm.
yeah, I remember the first trailer that God of War came out, and people were saying, "Oh, the combat looks more Souls-ish." I was actually defending it, like, "Hey, I'm cool with it moving to more of a Souls like sort of combat." And then I had these weapon wheelers coming at me because I was like saying I hated the combat in the originals. I said the original combat was corny. I was like Ninja Gaiden where it was at, right? And these men were like coming after me, like, "Where's your trophies? Let me see your trophies." You know, like going all that route. This is like after 2 tweets. I'm like, dudes need to chill, man. But like, yeah, it was insane. And now it's the best.
You know, these guys like to pick and choose when to use Dark Souls, because if it's Dark Souls, they don't like it. But if they say this is the Crash Bandicoot, this is the Dark Souls of platformers, or Cuphead, all of a sudden everybody wants to use the Dark Souls as their, you know what I mean?
As the scapegoat.
As their trophy all of a sudden, you know?
Yeah, and they should be saying demons anyway. Come on.
Yeah.
So anybody copping it?
Oh, I mean, I think Nico's the only one that's copping it full price. That's just
My boy Aki, my brother Aki got it, man. I was hurt.
You got it? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
He found
alone.
it in the trash can at my GameStop.
Hey, look, if you get the game and you enjoy it, good for you. But like, if you're enjoying the game because IGN, uses big words and gets you excited, I mean, come on.
No. It looked interesting though. Like I never played it anyway.
Wait, but we should give a backstory on the whole Nico thing, right? Because
Well,
remember,
Before we do that, can we just take a look at the eyes on Cammy there, Ghost? Jesus. Can you picture that?
Fix the
Ghost
Yeah,
has
this
like
looks
this
crazy.
uncanny ability to make these crazy ass eyes on whatever he draws.
they can do loops. Crazy loops.
Loops.
What?
Yeah. There's one more thing I want to say about God of War before we move on. If you're ready to move on,
No, you can keep going.
it's so funny. Like yesterday, I think it came out today or yesterday, right? God of War.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I checked my PSN and it's already like half my PSN list is playing the game 1, and then I noticed that a bunch of people were on God of War 3 Remastered. So I'm wondering, did they play God of War 4 and hate the shit and then went back to the old one? Because it seems like that's how people are reacting to it. Because even on Twitter, I'm seeing people go after the game now that they played it, and they said the gameplay isn't compensating, or the story isn't compensating for the gameplay.
People are already dropping the game.
Yeah.
I give it a 7 so far.
A 7? Damn, that's pretty low for a game.
I think that's pretty high.
That's high. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying for a game that people are saying is exhilarating and crazy. That's pretty low. Nico's not even that hype for it, man.
Nico, what type of adjective would you give God of War?
Stupendous.
Let me see. Oh man,
come on, superfluous shit.
Cadaverific.
Master stroke.
They go quickly.
Let me see.
Exhilarating.
Adventurous? I don't know, man.
Adventurous.
No, wait. You looking for stuff though, so you be like, damn, I don't know, man. Suspenseful.
Okay.
Yes.
Like boring.
Pushing some type of, I'm about to go in the weird section. Are they pushing some type of man-boy love?
Oh, man.
No, I don't think so. Because so far he just talking about his son. Like he trying, he be treating him like toughen up.
I thought, maybe that's why God Gamer didn't like it. I thought Kratos was black.
His skin got altered, right?
I could have sworn he was voiced by a black voice actor.
Oh yeah, he's voiced by a black guy. He's voiced by a black guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he still is.
Yeah, it's a different guy though.
About with a pasty, respectfully, as some type of Caucasian kid. What happened?
Oh yeah, I don't know. That's crazy though.
Caucasian wife, maybe. I don't know.
So what's suspenseful about it when you're actually going to have to press a button?
Oh, like look. You can be walking right, and then the cutscene just pop on. Like damn, like that skinny dude came out of nowhere when I was playing it, and I was like, damn, what happened? It was crazy though. Yeah. So it's like suspenseful, and then also I want to find out more about the boy, and like is he like powerful like Kratos too?
Do they bring up? Oh, go ahead, Hero. Sorry.
Yeah. So with that, I'm asking because you're talking about story elements. You're not talking about the gameplay. Are you anticipating the story more than getting back to play the actual game?
Oh, good question.
To be honest, a little bit, yeah. To be honest, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Damn.
But I do want to try out more than the axe though, because I've been asked that. I'm like, I really don't like the axe. So can we have more weapons? And somebody had said, yeah, it's more weapons, but I don't want to spoil it. But so I'm like, as long as there's more weapons in the axe, I'll be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I really don't like the axe that much. But,
yeah, okay. Nico's low-key feelings coming through now. You don't like the axe. You don't like the combat.
No, the combat decent. I didn't say it was weak, but the axe I don't like.
Nico, as a clearly avid and longtime fan of the God of War series, is there anything that you'd say from the older games that's there that you
I never played the older games really, but the demo. But no, I can say that you can't move around. You can run by holding the L3, and you can dodge and roll. You can dodge and roll a lot. So.
Have I been desensitized over the years, or are the brutal attacks not that brutal?
They're not that brutal to me. Not really, no.
Like I said, I've seen more brutal stuff in Yakuza.
Yeah, you're right, Blanchard. You're right.
Well, I mean, it's not that gory either when you're just like ripping up these like mutants that don't really have blood. It's just like these glowing goo or something.
Orange juice.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just weird.
Yeah, I didn't think that was that brutal.
Well, I like how it like transitions so fast, like from the gameplay to the cinematic thing. It's really smooth though, so I give it that.
Yeah, and
now the second part of this, is my mic working?
Yeah,
no, I was just gonna let Hero know he's rummaging around like Blaze. Like I don't know if he can like nip that in the butt.
All right, now I want to take this to my second point on this topic. God of War is a drastically different series. I mean, God of War is a drastically different change from what we know it from. But when I bring this up on Twitter, people, they seem okay with this. They don't seem to mind that the franchise has lost its identity. I know I'm kind of like strict when it comes to this kind of thing. It's my whole problem with Ni no Kuni 2 and why I refuse to play that game. As long as a game is good, are you guys a-okay with the game just going in a completely different route?
Sometimes change
Okay,
is
let
good.
me make it more personal. Pokemon.
No.
No.
Sometimes you
No.
can't. No.
Hell no.
You can't change.
You don't want to play Pokemon Tales of?
I would be all for God of War changing if it was for the better, but to me, this is like you just took some of the more mundane aspects of Metal Gear Solid on a franchise that really doesn't have an interesting story traditionally and injected it into God of War. So,
Like, wasn't Zelda a change? Didn't everybody say Zelda was a big change or something?
I think the
I
biggest.
look at Zelda as natural evolution. I don't look at it as like test tube evolution, just taking a template of something else and throwing it on top of it.
it was also like Zelda 1, so it wasn't exactly a change. It was inspired by Zelda 1 more so.
What I notice is a lot of people who don't mind the change were never fans. Like, no disrespect to God Gamer, but he never liked Ni no Kuni 1, you know?
Facts.
But they changed Ni no Kuni 1 to, what it is now, and he likes it. So are these people who are alleged God of War fans, were they never fans in the first place? Okay, another example, Final Fantasy VII. A lot of people are excited for the new Final Fantasy VII remake, but were never fans of the original Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, it's the most overrated piece of trash of all time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, us will be offended if Pokemon was to change. But a lot of people that want the change don't like Pokemon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, there's also an element too of your sports team, because nerds don't watch sports. Your sports team is your piece of plastic that you support primarily. So like, they're just going to root for their sports team no matter what. Now, for me personally, with Ni no Kuni 1, I liked it. I didn't love it, right? I was just okay. But like, there was aspects I didn't like that I like more in Ni no Kuni 2.
Yeah, because I'm like 100% confident if the new Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, even something like Travis Strikes Back, me and Ghost were hurt by that. I remember we came into the Discord like a week later, and Zoe was like, "What's up, Ghost?" And Blaine was just like, "Hey, Zoe," we're just like depressed off that game. So I feel like if you were to change Devil May Cry, there would be an outrage within that fan base. They couldn't even change Dante's hair color without people flipping out.
No. Remember, the DMC remake, the one with the black haired Dante. People
they couldn't even change the hair without the backlash.
Now, there was some outcry about that. There was people talking about that. I do remember.
Yeah, well, he was also kind of a millennial too.
I didn't like Devil May Cry, and I was mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the funny part about that is the new Devil May Cry, I actually like the gameplay better in that Devil May Cry than the past ones, but they did make him out to be like too punk or whatever. Like, I didn't like the character itself.
But people hated that so much that they have actively tried to go out and erase that. Like, with the new Marvel versus Capcom game, they put the old Dante in there, I think.
Wasn't he even in PlayStation All-Stars?
That was the only one he was in, and then they've erased him from the rest of the history, man. Like, nobody liked him.
Well, yeah, but it was hair color, man. And then when you went into the Devil Overdrive, power up or whatever, it went gray. It was like it really wasn't worth getting all that upset over. To me, really, what you should have been upset about was the way the character was acting.
Yeah, but I think a lot more people were upset with what was it, Ninja Theory or whatever that was making the game, and how they were just assholes to pretty much everybody criticizing them on that.
Yeah, game. They were going after the guys that loved the Devil May Cry series.
Yeah.
I just know when I buy Resident Evil, when I buy Pokemon, I want to play those games. I don't want to play some type of reimagining. I mean, it's fine to do a spin-off reimagining, and I'm fine with that. But this is part of the main series. I want to play. I want to put my money down towards the game that I want to play. I don't know why this is such a deal.
You don't want to play Kingdom Hearts when you play Final Fantasy VII Remake?
No.
Yeah, no way.
Because for the guys who don't understand why I'm so angry about the Final Fantasy remake, because back in the 90s, we were like, oh man, I wonder what the remake, we were talking about remake rumors back in the 90s. Like, I wonder what this thing would look like with modern day graphics, or what the graphics going to look like in the future. I remember PlayStation 3, they were teasing a Final Fantasy tech demo. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that was one
Yeah.
of the first things of the PS.
That really got the momentum going. Like, oh my god, this is going to be. I can't wait. And then when we finally get what Final Fantasy is going to be, it's going to be a hack and slasher. It's made by anime fans' favorite game company. What do they call anime fan?
CyberConnect 2.
CyberConnect 2. It was going to be done in the Unreal Engine, and it was just like, whoa, where are we going? You know, what happened?
Yeah, I think there's always a balance, but I think you got to take your shot too. You know, like an anime fan's case, you know, he hit perfection with Xenoverse 2, and then Fighter Z came out. You know, Fighter Z came out, and it totally let him down. You know.
Yeah, but there's one thing I'm not understanding with this Final Fantasy VII remake. If majority of the internet hates Final Fantasy VII, right, and they just hate everything about the game, they say it's overrated, why do you want a remake of that game? The story is most likely going to stay the same, so you're still going to say the story's overrated. Do you just want to play it because you're going to mindlessly button mash through it like you did Final Fantasy 15?
Yes.
Because I don't get the logic behind remaking something that you don't like. If anything, you would remake Final Fantasy 6.
Yeah.
Since
or 9.
Yeah, go read.
Yeah.
Go read back that whatever that is 6, and Lee. I want 7. I want that turned. Oh my god, it'll be so beautiful. It'll be great.
But I think something more important to bring up is that this game is not going to release in parts like they originally wanted to. There's no way in hell they could do like 3 or 4 parts.
That's cool. But I still don't think I'm going to buy it. I'm just that stupid, crazy.
Okay. That all everybody got to say about this topic?
I mean, as long as it doesn't turn out like Final Fantasy 15, I mean, I'll be good.
Yeah. I gotta see gameplay.
You already saw gameplay.
Where Cloud was just running for no reason. He was just running down the street. Like, well, where's Cloud going?
Yeah. The guy backflip under the train.
Yeah.
So wait, Nico, you weren't Ride or Die PlayStation when they showed it 2 years ago, and you know Sony was like,
nah.
Well,
I used to like the Final Fantasy Tactics. I think on like Game Boy Advance or something, or like DS or something. I don't know, but not the ones on PlayStation. I never really played. But I do like turn-based games though. But
you know that would actually be another Final Fantasy I would like to see maybe remade and reimagined as the Final Fantasy Tactics on the PS1. That game was raw, like you know what I mean. It was like murder, betrayal, all that. Like that was good.
I would like a new Tactics game for sure.
But only like I don't really know the characters though. But if Cloud is in it, maybe I'll be interested or something. But I don't know.
I don't know, man. Cloud was walking through corridors like Nathan Drake and shit.
No,
But Cloud's not even really a great character. That's why I don't get the allure to Cloud. He was just a wood board with blonde hair and a big sword.
Yeah. Back in the day, it was Vincent. Vincent was like the guy back in the day. Then he got his own game, and then the hype went away for that.
That game was terrible.
So now it's back on Cloud because of Kingdom Hearts.
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wonder if they put the wing back in.
Well, Sephiroth was always like the main sort of allure, right? He was like the mysterious, like badass.
Yeah, I like Sephiroth.
He was my guy. Still is to this day. I think he has one of the coolest songs in video games.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that line at Zobi and Advent Children? You've seen Advent Children, right?
Yeah.
He was like, "What do you want?" And Ghost probably knows it.
Are you talking about the despair line?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. It was corny, but it was badass at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that movie was so corny, but it was cool. You know what I mean? It was corny, but
dude, that last sword battle was. I mean, that was pretty badass.
It was dope. Dope.
Okay.
Oh, listen to if you like the Sephiroth theme, listen to the remix on Crisis Core.
Oh yeah.
Oof, that bad boy goes hard. Oh man, it's dope. Yeah, there you go.
So how many of you nerds here did the Zach squat thrusts after playing Crisis Core?
I'm not a nerd.
Be honest.
Nah.
Well, no, we did this when Final Fantasy VII came out. We were doing squat thrusts because we were on the basketball team, and we were doing the squat thrusts, but not for Crisis Core. No.
Yeah, Zach could get bored, and he's just going to start busting out some squat thrusts in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we want to talk about E3?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you guys expecting for E3 this year from Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony? Or are you hoping to see anything at E3?
Well, a Ghost
I
Go.
want some more news on that new Crash Bandicoot game. Supposedly, supposed to be another Crash.
Oh, there's gonna be another Crash. Well, you gotta finish the other ones.
Like a whole new one, though. Like a
I
brand
know.
new one, though.
I would finish the other ones first, though, Nico.
You want that Xenogears remake, Zobi?
Oh no, please God, do not do
Yeah.
that to me.
God, gamer.
I don't know. I'm really scrambling to think like what can they show for E3.
I know
nothing really. It's
the
nothing.
first. I gotta say, for the past 5 years, E3 is just not the same anymore. I remember it was one of my favorite events. It was better than Christmas.
Yeah.
I would sit there and watch G4 TV all day because they would on E3 day they would just marathon the thing over and over again. I would just watch it. I would be excited, and it's just not the same anymore, man. And it's to the point where, you know, I don't even know what I want. I don't even know what they can show us. So they're not going to show anything new. They're going to just show us another sequel to something.
Days Gone, you're going to see that. Spider-Man.
Yeah, we'll get Halo 6 for sure.
Spider-Man.
From Microsoft.
You'll probably get more information on Pokemon or something.
I got an old man suspicion that you're going to see a new Zelda with the Link from Wind Waker. It's going to be like the chibi Link.
Oh, I hope they bring Toon Link back.
I do too. Actually, that's one of my favorite. Wind Waker is like one of my favorite Zeldas. But I say that because they're still marketing the crap out of that Link, and they also Breath of the Wild was basically done for like 2 years. So they've probably been working on another Zelda.
I thought they said they wanted to work on another 2D Zelda or something like that.
I think I heard that too, like last year sometime.
I mean, I'd be down with that too. I'd actually just see another one like Zelda 2. Like Zelda 2 never gets any credit, but that's actually a good. I liked it. It was hard as hell, but that was a great game.
I like Zelda 2.
So nobody here has an Xbox, right?
No.
I think I'm the only one that has an Xbox, maybe.
Okay, so anything Microsoft can do to make you interested in an Xbox?
The backwards compatibility has actually been interesting to me because there's some games I want to go back and play on there.
But you mean old games? Come on, nobody wants to play those ghosts.
But that's about it. I was listening to that Blue Dragon song and I'm like, I want to play.
Yeah, Microsoft lost it, man. They ain't got nothing.
I think they're going to show Fable again because we haven't seen Fable in a while, and they supposedly spun that back up a couple of years ago. But probably Halo 6. But the problem is they moved Halo's multiplayer sort of to a Call of Duty type thing, which I don't really like. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, there was a rumor that Banjo Kazooie Trilogy was getting a remake like Crash Bandicoot. And I think they said Perfect Dark was coming back too.
They've already packaged the Banjo Kazooie stuff though in the rare replay. Yeah, but replay.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a full-on thing like Crash Bandicoot. Is what the rumor said. I'm not sure.
Oh, like a remaster.
Yeah, well, remake.
Yeah.
I'll say this: the what's it called again? The 360 game that came out.
Nuts and Bolts.
Yeah, Nuts and Bolts was a lot better than people gave it credit for. It took a little bit to get going, but once you got into it, it was a pretty cool game.
Maybe it's that whole franchise identity thing. They just didn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah,
I heard all the shooting games getting the battle royale mode. I heard that though.
That was a joke.
Oh, okay, it is.
Yeah,
No, for real though. Like Battlefield 5, something I had just seen it like yesterday or something.
I'm sure. Most games did have a battle royale mode before. They'll just feature it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Smash Bros. I guess, you know what I'm saying. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I was thinking about.
And none really.
When are the Xbox guys going to call out Phil Spencer for not giving them game? What's going on?
Yeah,
I mean, didn't they? You get Next Gen had a panic attack a couple weeks ago, right? And was like screaming at all
he been going in, man.
Xbox dudes.
Didn't he get in trouble for that or something? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, but I heard people were mad at him for that. Xbox guys.
His Xbox fan base got mad at him.
Yeah, the Xbox fan was going crazy on him.
Well, yeah, he turned heel, man. It was like the NWO Wolfpack, and then he had like PlayStation signs up in the background and videos and shit. It was
what is
crazy.
His plan? What, you know? How many years had the Xbox One been out?
2013, November.
Yeah, they got screwed up because when Phil came in, from what I can tell, then all the projects that they were working on before him ended up getting scrapped, right? So now I think this year you're going to see what he actually was cooking up. Obviously, they're probably going to finally release Crackdown 3.
I can't even blame Phil Spencer because they haven't had games since the 360. Let's keep it real. Towards the end of the 360 life cycle, they were only putting out like one game a year.
Yeah,
Remember?
they had Gears Judgment. That was
and this generation's been a disaster. Like that whole Connect thing and just all of it was a disaster. So
were they really trying to bank on what is it that they tried to force on us?
Tomb Raider.
No.
The Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, Sunset Overdrive.
No, not a game. It wasn't a game.
No, the PC stuff.
It was a service. It was a service. Remember they wanted
the
Xbox everywhere.
Yeah.
No, Play Anywhere is what they have today, and I actually like it. I think it's really cool. Like I hope they keep doing that. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Game Pass.
What's it called? Was it called DRM? No, it was always It was where you couldn't trade in your games anymore.
Yeah, that was DRM. That's DRM.
Yeah, were they banking on that, and then that failed, so that they haven't got a chance to really get back on their feet? What happened?
That's what killed them.
Well, it was like you had to have an online connection to play your game for
always.
Yeah, so it didn't. You could trade it in, but you had to be online to load the game, or at least to be online within a certain time. Which
that shit terrible.
It was dumb. It was dumb.
Yeah, it sounded like they were banking on that. That failed, and now they just don't know. They don't know what to do.
Well, they were banking on that and Connect because Connect came with every SKU at launch, right? And that was a disaster.
And they dropped that,
as they should.
It seems like they're in limbo now on what to do.
Yeah, honestly, this is gonna be a make or break E3 for them. If they don't come out with like anything this fall, like in it, good, they're gonna be in trouble.
What can they come out?
I know. That's what I'm trying to say.
No multi-applies that are good. There's no exclusives out here that are good.
Japan isn't gonna want to work with them.
Look, I hate saying Phil because it's like I know this guy or something, right? But like he said in the past that he doesn't want to talk about games that are coming out years before they come out going forward. Yeah, so I could see him having a few close to the chest that they actually put out this year.
I respect that.
Like Halo 6 being one of them. Because I think he learned too from that E3, like when Sony showed Final Fantasy VII Remake and all that crap that still isn't out. Like he kind of took notice and was like, yeah, this stuff ain't coming out for years. We shouldn't have showed any of it.
I think they do great work. Cuphead was awesome. I don't, they got them boys, and I think that's great. They got PUBG, which was great. I don't know.
Whatever happened to We Happy Few? Because like nobody talks about that anymore.
That's actually on PlayStation 2 as well. I think it was like I thought it was going to be an Xbox exclusive too, but I saw.
Oh, okay. You said PlayStation 2 like it's something you played when you were 3 years old. Ghost, Jesus.
When I said PlayStation, I'm talking about PlayStation 4 as well. But apparently, what happened to it? It went from being like a BioShock type of game to like some multiplayer bullshit.
Well, no, it's like one of those survival games, like Don't Starve.
Yeah, something like that.
Do you think Microsoft doesn't want to take chances?
Yeah.
You gotta give Sony their props.
Yes.
Take a chance. It's the same game over and over again. But, at least they do take a chance. But Sony also has the media behind them. They have the media,
darling.
Yeah, paying off the media.
Yeah,
behind them for a long time. So Microsoft, I gave them a lot of props, even though I didn't like them. But I felt like they took risks. They would give you a basketball game. You know what I'm saying? They would give you a football game. They'll give you
a
new fighting game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Why can't they take risk anymore?
Yeah, that's just saying that Phil needs to go. That's basically what that is.
I think if he doesn't do anything this fall, for sure, because this is like year 3 now. So everything that's coming now should be stuff that he's baked, right? All the other stuff would be the old guy. I don't even remember his name, but
Don Matrick.
Yeah, Matrick screwed things up pretty good. But I would say like Sony, the only thing to me that gives Sony credit for this generation is Bloodborne. Like otherwise, to me, they haven't put anything out that I even care about, or everything else is third-party exclusive that is just exclusive by default. Not by their
I gave them Gravity Rush.
Gravity Rush was pretty good.
I haven't played it.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, Neo's dope, but that's third party, right? So
yeah. Oh, it's on PC too. So
Yeah, but the port's pretty crappy.
The new samurai game that everybody's hyped up was just a CGI trailer, but everybody's excited for that.
Oh, Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, something like that.
I never even heard of that shit.
It looked
I
Everybody
like samurais. I like swords.
It was a random trailer where everybody was charged, you know?
Yes, the Infamous team, so I'm skeptical. But then again, they made Sly Cooper, so.
Infamous nice, man. Come on.
Yeah,
Nah, Infamous is trash. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's bad.
Infamous is it's not good, Nico. It's not good.
It's great.
It's almost like Assassin's Creed with lightning. I mean, it's just repetitive menial fetch quests.
Or
Your retort, Nico?
maybe was there any bosses in there? I can't really remember.
I don't remember. Either.
Okay, so you don't remember?
I know I liked it.
No, there were
I know
no
I liked it a
bosses.
lot. I liked
Cook
it a lot.
Cam.
I just remember shooting drones at this guy and sucking the juices.
Oh yeah. John. Okay. Are we talking about the first one or second son? Like, I don't know.
Well, apparently you don't know.
I played some of the first one and some of the second son. I didn't like either.
Look, the first one had a better story. There actually was some consequences, and there was a bit of a story. Like the second one, though, it's just not good at all. And the first one was just kind of okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to play a game before we close out. I call this Kill, Save, and Blowout. Pause. So in this game, we got three games. I'm gonna name three of them. You can either kill one. You have to kill one. You can save one, and you give one a blowout. The blowout means it's. Is my mic messing up?
No.
We're literally just listening to what you're saying.
Yeah, blowout just sounds crazy, but go ahead.
Yeah, my bad. So blowout means it's like this. It goes out with a bang. Like it gets one last title, that's it. But it's like the greatest title within that series.
Why didn't you just say that?
Yeah, 'cause when you say blowout, I'm thinking Jersey Shore hairstyling, like Nico with a hairdryer.
Come on, man. I don't use no hair dryer.
So kill, save, bang. That better?
Oh,
No,
Wait,
screw
hold up. What was
Yeah, it still sounds crazy, bro.
what was blowout again? We're gonna say blowout, but what was it again? I forgot. I'm sorry.
It'll go out with a bang. Like it gets one final title within that series, and that's it. But it's the greatest title within that series.
Okay, let's do this. Let's play this.
Okay,
game.
so round one.
Yeah.
There's 4 rounds here. We got Dragon Quest, Persona, and Fire Emblem. Which one are you killing? Which one are you saving? And which one are you giving the what you know?
Okay, I'm gonna go first and just say kill Fire Emblem because that Tharja chick needs to die.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not giving it one more chance to have like just the greatest entry in the series.
No, I don't want to see any more of those memes because that looks like a little girl and everybody's like fiending over her on Twitter. And Ghost, you side, so you've got some Rule 34 stuff on that, don't you?
no.
Respectfully, I think the Persona 5 memers are way worse than Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
I definitely don't
Please.
see a lot of fire.
But I would save Dragon Quest because it's Dragon Quest, and I would give Persona one more chance to come out with a good game or whatever the bang. That's my take. But
Okay, Zobi.
I'm gonna say Dragon Quest is going to blow out. It's one more and done.
Really?
Yeah, that's. I just don't think it's going to connect. Japan has dropped it. America's not messing with it. They might mess with this one. We'll see. They didn't support Ni no Kuni. So the Japanese wave for JRPGs might be over unless it's a female character with her chest hanging out.
Shout out to Xenoblade.
Yeah. Even that one, I think that only did 1 million, right? Or did it do 2 million?
Did over 1 million worldwide.
Yeah, I'll give Dragon Quest one more and let it die on a high note. I would kill Persona. I think
Yes.
it's a wrap. I think it's a wrap for Persona.
Oh.
I think it's a wrap. I think it's over. But I would keep Fire Emblem. I'll let Fire Emblem keep going. I know Nintendo is always going to do quality work when it comes to their Fire Emblem games. I mean, internet-wise, we can get mad at Fire Emblem, but if there was no internet and it was just us, Ghost might do things secretly. But if it was all of us, if there was no internet, I think we would love Fire Emblem Awakening. You know.
Okay. Ghost.
Because I'm not a fan of Dragon Quest to that extent, I would just go ahead and kill that.
Kill him.
As far as like last good game, I would just go ahead and say Persona, because I really don't see the Persona series changing that much from the formula that's already gotten, and I would keep Fire Emblem around because they're quality games, I think.
Okay.
You
By the
can
way,
say Tharja.
this means Shin Megami Tensei and spin-offs still live on, just not Persona.
Yeah, got it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hero.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be hard because okay, I'm gonna say kill Persona because Persona it just looks insane. The other day,
You're right.
I was seeing the cat character in a Sonic. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Persona is over.
Yeah,
Sonic suit.
yeah. Kill Persona. I'd say let Dragon Quest go out with a bang, and then keep going with the Fire Emblem. And the only reason why I say that is because the Fire Emblem, Nintendo's actually keeping up with the Fire Emblem, even though I don't like the shit they're doing where in Fire Emblem Heroes they have the female characters out in panties and shit. I was just seeing a video on that.
Yeah.
I think if they get the act together, they can fix it or stop all that stuff.
Nico and Gambino. Nico and Anime Fan. Do you guys even play these games?
No.
No. Dragon Quest I wanted to play. I haven't got a chance to though. But,
Okay.
I'd
So
rather
I'm
play
gonna-
the older Dragon Quest games, if anything.
Yeah, and I was actually just curious to add that. How many of you guys have played Fire Emblems before, like the Wii release or like even the Wii or GameCube release?
I played the one with what's the girl with the green hair? That's the earliest one I started with.
I think that's the one on Game Boy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't play the one on the Wii or the GameCube?
I played Path of Radiance a little bit.
Okay, that one. I think that one was really hard. But my point is, they've actually casualized that series a lot.
Yeah.
It used to be a lot harder.
Yeah, I remember it was just like you're one and done. That's it. They didn't give you the option.
Yeah, and they ambush you constantly, like in the console versions. Like you can only go like a one block or two ahead when you're trying to make progress because it's just constant.
Okay, yeah, Blandrew, the one on Game Boy is just Fire Emblem, and I think the other one that was released was called the Sacred Stones on Game Boy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna kill Persona. Respectfully, I'm just tired of looking at it. I'm
No,
seeing.
don't do it respectfully.
No, I'm waking up. I'm seeing cross dressing. I'm hearing Ghost talk about he wants Persona 5 racing with my buddies all summer long.
Yeah.
Racing.
my
Oh,
Yeah, that's going.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest. I'm gonna kill Dragon Quest simply for the fact that it comes out way too it's not as frequent as Fire Emblem. So it get like one a generation. That's it, and then some spin-offs. So I'll say Fire Emblem.
You just give Dragon Quest one more game and you got a plethora and hours upon hours of just great Dragon Quest games.
Yeah. All right, so round 2. Street Fighter, Super Smash Brothers, Mortal Kombat.
what's the third one?
Always on.
Mortal Kombat.
Ugh.
Oh,
we all
yeah.
know which one's dying in this round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say like the Star Wars line: "Kill it all." Just kill all of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of like the nickel and diming DLC of all the fighting games. Just kill it all. Give me
And
my
what was the second one?
give me my 2-button fighters. That's the future.
2 buttons.
Yay! No.
Yeah, I'm killing Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
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 Fuck Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Now this is the part I think we're all going to disagree on with these two games. It's gonna be split.
Street Fighter can have the blowout, man. But I would keep Smash.
And make it a 2D again or something.
Because Street Fighter's last 2 games were just awful. 4, 5, all of those. Nobody has liked Street Fighter for a long time outside of some of the earlier titles.
What about you, Anime Fan?
Kill Mortal Kombat.
Dax?
Save Super Smash Bros. And blow Street Fighter's back out.
Whoa. Oh no. Oh no.
But do you want tripping in the next Smash?
Yes.
Ghost, your report.
I have nothing to say about that.
All right. Yeah.
Make
yeah,
sure
mine-
you leave a comment about the tripping if you want it in the next Smash. Sorry, Gareth.
Yeah. Mine. I am not happy with the current affairs of Street Fighter, but easily
Let's go here.
kill Mortal Kombat. That shit is trash. Respectfully. Smash. I really think Smash has enough games, and there's really not much you can do with it anymore. So that's gonna get a blowout. And I mean, people play every single Smash game all the time anyway. So get that blown out. And then Street Fighter. See, this is the thing with Street Fighter. The only problem Street Fighter has is the current boss. If he goes, I think Street Fighter is good. So I'm gonna say keep Street Fighter.
Okay. How about you, Zobi?
Yeah, this is gonna hurt me, man. But I say kill Street Fighter. It hasn't been good for a very long time. I can just buy the Street Fighter collection, and I can just play Street Fighter 2 for the rest of my life. We already have proof of that. Me and Blandrew go at it toe to toe. So we can kill Street Fighter. Because I'm trying to tell you, Street Fighter is in my top 10 video games of all time, and it hurts me to see what it has turned into. So I don't want it anymore. I don't want it. It's done. Kill Street Fighter. I would give Mortal Kombat a blowout. I haven't played Mortal Kombat since Mortal Kombat 2. When I do look at what I see today, it doesn't bother me as much as it bothers when I see Street Fighter. I actually think, because you got to understand, Mortal Kombat was cool because of the shock value. They were pretty decent games. And then it fell off for a couple of years, if God Gamer can remember. It fell off for years, and then it came back. So I kind of give Mortal Kombat props for that. So yes, Mortal Kombat gets one more game and done. And as much as I don't like Smash Brothers, I'll say Smash Brothers can stay.
I was surprised you let it live on.
Yes, Smash Brothers lives on. It's one of Nintendo's top 3 franchises. You don't get rid of Smash Brothers for nothing, man.
Yeah. Okay, how about, did I go Unica?
No, I would kill Mortal Kombat. I played Mortal Kombat X. It was okay, but
that was the worst one.
Yeah.
Is Mortal Kombat getting hate because of the furry?
The furry. I'm not.
Sonic Fox is what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
No,
shit. Like, who the hell is he talking about? He's talking about Reptile or something?
Sonic Fox.
So does nobody care about the single player aspect? Because I mean, Mortal Kombat seems to have fleshed out the single player as far as fighting goes.
I like the tower.
Combat Tower. You know what? That's a lie. I did play Mortal Kombat. I really liked it. It was on the Vita. What was that one called?
That's Mortal Kombat, just called Mortal Kombat, but it's the 9th one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's what I said the other day.
9 was better. I think.
9 was the only one I liked.
I play Melina. I think that was in there with the Butterface.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you offended by that?
Do one more. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nico. You were going, Nico?
Yeah. Mortal Kombat X is kind of, I don't know, like, I felt like it was just too much. I kept getting whooped hard on it, but I would save Street Fighter. If they go back 2D, because I'm always like Ken and stuff, and like, the iconic fighters. Bring them back 2D, do that thing. And blowout would be Smash Bros. Just make one last hurrah, put in all the good characters, man. Throw in Goku in there, throw in everybody. So
which Goku? Black Goku? Which?
Oh my god!
Yeah, you put in Goku.
Master Ultra Instinct Goku.
Oh my god!
He's he want the rose hair. Come on.
Put in Bardock.
Yeah, man. Smash Bros. They got a lot of games. So like Glenn just said, they play the old ones anyway. So if they just go all out on the last one and add everybody in that they wanted, that'll be the last one. You can play forever. So
okay, so I'm gonna kill Mortal Kombat. I'm not a fan. Mortal Kombat, the only Mortal Kombat game I actually like was Shaolin Monks.
Yeah, I heard you say that the other day. That shocked me because that one's not even a fighting game. Mostly it's not.
That was cool.
That's the 2-player game, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that game is lit.
Yeah,
that was good.
I really like Shaolin Monks.
Last beat 'em up, I actually enjoyed. Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I'm killing Mortal Kombat despite how much I love Shaolin Monks. This one is tough because I feel like we've peaked at Super Smash Brothers. I don't think there's much we can really do at this point. So I'm giving the blowout to Super Smash Brothers. Just let that game live on through DLC, and I'm let that game be a platform game, and I'm just letting Street Fighter live on.
Mm.
and make it 2D.
I'm surprised, Blander. I'm surprised you let Street Fighter live, especially after Street Fighter 4 and 5.
Well, I mean, there's not much you can really do with Smash at this point except for add characters
Yeah.
and stages. I mean,
Yeah, I think
Fire does the same thing.
and I think all the guys like to play the old one anyway, right? The
well,
competitive-
the
Melee.
competitive scene.
Yeah, it's Melee in the 64 one.
yeah.
Okay, so second to last round, we got Pokemon, Digimon,
Mm.
Monster Hunter.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is easy.
Oh,
Time to
God.
piss people
I
off.
already got this one. Easy.
Yeah.
Let's go make it controversial. Go ahead, Ghost.
Okay, so I'm gonna kill. I want to say Digimon. I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh, you fucking faggot.
Facts. Let's get it.
I'm gonna kill Digimon. I'm gonna kill Digimon.
Let's go.
Blowout. I'm gonna give Monster Hunter the blowout because a lot of people, it's kind of like mixed receptions now, and Pokemon
Mixed
obviously.
reception is just getting
Well,
praised
yeah,
higher
just
than
'cause of-
ever.
Just because of Monster Hunter Worlds, I'm seeing a lot of mixed reception. So I think if you give it one more game, that'd be okay.
It's only really
Pokemon-
the Zombie 70s of the world. I mean, it's getting like really.
It sold 5 million. Didn't it sell 5 million?
Yeah, it's been getting pretty good praise. There's cosplayers everywhere it goes.
It's been dropped though. Ain't nobody playing it no more.
I haven't heard about it in a good minute,
Yeah,
but
they dropped it. They went back to 4U.
But I think definitely the series I would say can live on is Pokemon, mainly because of it's pretty much it's a staple of gaming,
It's like one of the like a face of gaming. It's not
Yeah.
the biggest face.
Yeah.
All right, Hero, you sound charged. Let's hear it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna say kill Digimon. I think Digimon has like the worst track record in games I've ever seen. Yeah, they haven't had a good game in a long time, except for Cyber Sleuth. But keep Pokemon because Pokemon that can go on forever for me.
Yeah.
And then I guess let Monster Hunter blow up because there's really not been too much going on in Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Like not too many changes, so
yeah,
I'm good with that.
What about you, Guy Gamer?
I'm not big into really any of these games. I would keep Monster Hunter because that's the only one I really like. I'm going to say kill Digimon just because of the response it's been getting, and then a blowout with Pokemon, and just maybe change up the combat, make it like Kingdom Hearts, right, with your Pikachu's flying around.
Oh man.
No, you got to get the modern day gamers happy, man. Nico wants the Keyblades to change form and stuff. You make
Oh,
a
man.
Pikachu change and do this little twirly stuff. And
Okay, so let me ask you, Guy Gamer, is this the dream? Is this the Pokemon MMO? It just lives on.
Yeah, I don't really. I never got into the Pokemon thing. You all know that. So I would just say, not joking, just make one last Pokemon game because you've had 2 versions of that come out every other year, and they've been remaking them.
Okay.
And I would say keep going with Monster Hunter. I think they can do a lot with Monster Hunter, but I would like to see kind of more than just the random go kill this monster. Maybe ingrain a little bit more into the game.
Okay, Zobi.
Yeah, of course. As much as I do like the Digimon games, I would get rid of Digimon. Yeah, I would, yes, give Monster Hunter a blowout. Monster Hunter World is probably, since it's been told it's the greatest thing ever, that means that's where it's going to peak. And they could just do one more game and see where we go from there. But that's it. I'm done with that. But Pokemon will live on forever. Let me tell you how. I'm going to go on a rant with Pokemon real quick.
Listen, I'm good.
Tell you how great Pokemon is. Pokemon had a boom when it first came out in 1998. It was popular. It was popping. Literally.
No, I wasn't allowed to play it.
It was literally 20 years later, and they came out with the phone app, and it was booming and popping again. This is the type of game that's just going to last forever, man. Pokemon, keeping that for sure.
Yeah, people were
It's
willingly
magic.
running out into highways just to get some Pokemon.
Remember, it was crazy.
People crashing and stuff.
And climbing on top of their houses. Yeah.
What if they made a blowout though and made it like Warhammer?
Man.
No, it's crazy because I was seeing all kinds of nerds, step outside the house just everywhere.
It's crazy.
I remember at ASU they had Pokemon Go date nights. That's how big that thing was.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get a partner and start going.
How many people died though playing it? There was a couple of people that died, right?
Yeah, there
Couple
was.
people. Couple people.
Yeah.
A lot of people got kidnapped, robbed for money over that.
There was one or two that walked off a cliff though, right? Like
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Someone
for-
drowned, I think, playing Pokemon Go.
Right into a car or something. I'm like, damn.
Man, that Gyarados, it sure was worth it.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear from you, anime fan. You sound hurt about these choices.
Kill Monster Hunter.
I'm with that. Okay.
Save Digimon. It deserves better games. Cyber Sleuth and the DS games were the only thing that carried it. And blow out Pokemon.
What?
The Z moves.
What?
The Z moves
He said,
are killing Pokemon.
No, but I don't know. Go ahead.
Like, if we got one more game in the series that was better than the 3DS games, at least, I would be happy. Because right now, the 3D
though.
Digimon deserves love.
I don't know, man. I am I the only one that kind of felt like Cyber Sleuth was kind of trash?
No.
It
I
was.
missed the old PS1 games when it was like
I
sprites.
Yeah,
thought
Digimon World.
I thought
Yeah.
Cyber Sleuth was so goddamn
was
repetitive.
dirty.
You were overpowered as shit.
It was so
It
blue.
was boring. It was just blue everywhere. It was boring.
Yeah, it's not even just that. Like, nobody knows what to do with Digimon. Like, what the hell do you do next? There's really nothing you can do. The Cyber Sleuth was bad. The one after that was bad. Next, World Order, whatever that was.
We don't
Let's
talk
make
about that one.
Let's make a Cyber Sleuth 3, you know?
Wasn't there
Yeah.
a
They
Digimon
need
fighting
to.
game that came out? Nobody played it.
Yeah, it's called Rumble Arena.
The
That was a
GOAT.
good one though. On PS1, I think, right? I liked it.
One of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, but we have to go back all the way to the PS1 to make a case for Digimon. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it needs to be
PS1.
saved.
PS1.
you know what? I'm gonna disagree with you, anime fan. I'm killing Digimon, respectfully.
Yeah. You were thinking I was going to come up with a controversial decision. Anime.
Yeah, I'm
fan,
killing
most
Digimon. I'm
controversial.
saving Pokemon, and I'm giving the blowout to Monster Hunter. I'm
Well-
giving the blowout to Monster Hunter on handhelds, though. I'm not giving it to it on console.
Well, enjoy your Ultra Shinies next generation.
Oh, man.
Ultra shiny.
At least we'll have people to play with.
Anime fan, you beat that too, right? Oh my god.
Mhm.
Ultra
I don't
shiny.
know. I'm really trying to see what that is. I
Yeah, I
have
don't
no
know.
idea what that
Didn't
is.
they say this was
Don't
gonna
get
be
your
like-
hopes up.
Didn't they say this was going to be like a remake or something of like the older games?
No.
I don't know. That's a
People
game
said
design.
that back because
No.
they
Okay,
said Kanto was like hinted in like one of the newer games.
Okay,
Yeah,
that was-
Kanto was
I don't know,
hinted at the end of the Sun and Moon. I don't know if they'll go back to it. Though.
Yeah.
okay, that was just a rumor. Okay.
Okay, so we got one more. I got this just in case anime fan wasn't able to talk on the podcast. Sonic,
Okay, fuck Sonic, kill it.
Mario, and Kirby.
Yeah.
Save Kirby.
Kill
Blow up
Kirby.
That's so
Mario.
easy.
Yeah, this for me, I'm gonna say kill Kirby,
No, save it.
blow out for Sonic, and continue with Mario.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh yeah, wait. Yeah, kill Kirby.
Yeah, fuck Kirby.
Save
on.
Sonic. Blow up Mario.
Wait, blow out
Wait,
Mario.
whoa,
Yeah.
slow down. That's
Well, blow out 3D Mario. I like 2D Mario better. Anyway.
No, you're blowing out the whole 2D and 3D, not
Yeah.
sports or Paper Mario, anything like that.
The last Mario game ever.
I think Sonic only needs.
That's my choice, man. Save Sonic. I like Sonic.
Sonic is too inconsistent for me to save.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going with kill Sonic because Sonic hasn't had a good game since to
go
me
ahead.
Sonic Adventure 1, like all the way back. There hasn't been a good one since then. That's out of here. Kirby, they can get a blowout. Kirby, they were doing some stuff with Kirby back then, like Kirby Air Ride. I love that game.
Yeah,
If they're doing
That-
something like that again, like Kirby Air Ride 2, I'll take that as the last Kirby game. That's it, and then just keep
Facts.
Mario because that's a moneymaker.
How about you, Zobi?
Yeah, man, Sonic is done. They even made I'm killing Sonic. They even made a 2D Sonic, and I didn't like it. So I
You
said,
didn't like Mania?
No, I didn't like it at all. I said it was glitchy.
It was.
It was basically the same thing I played back in the day, but for some reason the 1, 2, and 3 was still better.
Yeah, it didn't feel the same. Like I don't know why, but it just didn't feel the same.
Mania was a hot mess to me.
Hmm.
Sonic is dead. It's over.
You're not interested in the kart racing game?
Yo, I am yo.
No way.
He said, "No way."
I would give Kirby a blowout. I never played Kirby, but I always wanted to. The only thing Kirby needs to stop doing is making the game so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Give
Blandrew
me
died a bunch of times. It can't be
Told
that
you.
easy.
Told you.
Did you hear Blandrew growling the other day when he was playing?
I died to wispy willows.
Yeah, I would go out for one more for Kirby, but make it a hand. Did Kirby start on the handhelds?
Yes. Wait.
No,
It was
on
either
Game Boy.
I thought he
Game
started
Boy
on
or
NES.
I think he was on the. I think
It was on the
NES.
NES first because it was not Return to
Are you
Dreamland.
sure?
It was Dreamland 1, 2, and 3, I think.
Somebody fact check this. I want to say he started on
I'm
Game
pretty
Boy. I'm not.
I think it started on Game Boy. I think there was one on the NES, but then again, I could have been playing it on the Super Nintendo with like the adapter for Game Boy games. I don't remember.
And what was the Mario? Of course, Mario's an icon, man. Icon.
Okay. Who did I miss? Nico? Did I get you?
Nico, yeah, he said, "Kill me, Mario."
Okay. Hero, did I get you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna kill. See, this is hard for me because like I really love Kirby Air Ride, and then again I love Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. So do I want to give the blowout to Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Adventure 3, or Kirby Air Ride 2?
Years ago, man.
Kirby Air Ride's so much better.
Put a bullet in that hedgehog's head.
No,
Yeah, let's go.
don't do it. That was 20 years ago, if not more.
Yeah, respectfully, I gotta kill Sonic. I'll save Mario and I'll give the blowout with Kirby Air Ride 2 to Kirby. Okay, and that's the podcast, guys. So
Oh shit, it's over.
yeah. So did you get that fact, Ghost?
Yeah, the first game was on Game Boy.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, but you did skip me, Blander. But I pretty much kind of agreed with you. But I would say like kill Sonic for sure because of sexual deviancy. But when you
I just thought about that.
Okay, yeah, Sonic has to go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if nobody's done it, search your name and then hedgehog into Google, and you'll see what I'm talking about. First name only. And but when you kill, like when you say blowout or kill, does that mean like so? If I say Mario, would it just be 3D Mario? Would it be like Mario?
Odyssey? No, just the 2D and 3D series. The spin-off series stay.
Okay, so that would actually kind of change my mind a little bit, but I'll still go with like the blowout for Kirby and then keep Mario. But I would almost say though, kill Mario and then focus on the spin-off stuff. I'd like to see another Mario RPG. Like that was a really great game.
I'm not a fan of New Super Mario Bros. I'm sorry, Ghost. I think that series is mediocre. Yeah. Other 2D platformers been surpassed it, and we only get like 1 3D Mario a generation. So, but I'd still.
I missed the 2D Mario.
I don't know. I think those new Super Mario Brothers games are way better than those Kirby games. I just Kirby games just kind of bore me.
See, the Mario games just get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna never play a bad Mario game.
Well, Odyssey?
Oh, there's the cough. Okay,
all right, kill yourself.
Get that! Rock him!
Yeah, that lets me know it's time to wrap things up. So, okay, so everybody want to do their outros? Tell them where they can find you, stuff like that.
Yeah, F me, man. This is gonna be a good podcast, man. We've been together for a while, so we know each other. We can bounce each other. Is no egos really. And I think this is going to be a great thing if we keep be consistent and just have fun,
Yeah. Ghost, status report on the drawing.
Status on report on the drawing. I'm finished with it. I'm not gonna color it. You can find me at Ghost Storm on YouTube, and that's about it. I'm good.
Top 5 YouTube channels of all time. Hero?
It was a pretty good podcast. I'll try and be a regular member on here when I can, but you can find me on Twitter at HeroBotTV. YouTube, I don't really upload videos anymore, but I'll try and get back to it. Anti-Hero. I don't know. I'm trying to start some with my drawing. I don't want to expose anything yet, but I'll let you guys know what that is. But that's pretty much it.
All right, Nico?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, NicoPBG, at NicoPBG. And I do YouTube, I'm gonna start doing that more often. So you can look me up, same thing as Nico PBG or Nico Envisions. You know, my business
Gamer.
name. So.
Yeah, Nico, you said you're moving into the living room, right?
Oh yeah. I'm trying to, man. Yeah, man. You know.
I'm sorry.
Oh shit!
No, it's cool. I keep it real, man.
When you said
Cook him.
when you said that today in the video, I was laughing, man. But it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I keep it real though. It's cool.
Yeah, I think my channel is Guy Gamer. You know, like YouTube, whatever /Guy Gamer. I post Boring Souls videos, so I mean, you can find me over there. I would say tweet at Blandrew if you would rather have the podcast name Blantendo Labo.
Blanton. Yo, I still need to pick up my Labo. I got to get it through Xenogears before I pick it up, though.
I just want nerds like constantly getting at you to change it to Blantendo Labo. But yeah, that's cool.
Okay, yeah.
Dope. I like that better.
Anime fan.
Sweetie swag, what's in the bag?
What's up, YouTube?
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Chips Ahoy back again, once again for another video. Today, my little chocolate chips. Follow me on Twitter at @TheRealAnimeFan for your daily anime needs.
Okay, and this is me. You already know who I am. To my subscribers, I should have the Yakuza retrospective up next week. If not, then definitely the following week. I'm like 95% done with that. So this is episode 1 of Safe Point Podcast.
It's gonna be like a long video, right? It's like you've been doing it for like 2 years. It's gonna be like what?
Yeah, I passed the hour mark.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so look out for that. So that's been this podcast. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yo, but what about Sharon?
All right.
Shit. That was amazing.